this isn't the first time that Adnoc has made a bid for Covestro. They've upped the offer to 62 euros. Where do things stand?
Yeah, they started off at about 55 euros a share. That wasn't deemed as sufficient, so they've gradually come up. They're at 60 right now. And Covestro has granted Adnoc a chance to look more closely at the books and due diligence, with the indication from Adnoc that they will go to 62 if that's borne out by the due diligence. So we've still got some period where Adnoc is going to take a closer look at Covestro, but so far they've exhibited the fact that they want the company. They've increased that bid. They've stayed in contact. It's been about a year that they've been in talks with Covestro, and we've had some quiet periods from the German company without them really saying anything before we did kind of get this turning point yesterday when Covestro did bring Adnoc in and allow them to get a closer look at that company.
It's funny because before I moved to the Middle East, I was covering the story from the perspective of the German chemical giant. And back in COVID, we were all talking about how many of these German industrial companies, the chemicals companies, were struggling due to the shock in energy prices, which obviously made it an attractive buy for Adnoc. But things have recovered since then. So what does that mean for how much Covestro are going to be able to push back on the offer that Adnoc are making now? They're in a better position than they were a few years ago.
Yeah, so there's kind of two issues there. The fact, as you mentioned, in COVID, there was the energy price increase, plus we had the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which cut off gas into largely energy supplies into Europe, cut off that Russian pipeline gas. So that's also been a big issue for those European suppliers. Challenging also with a lot of Chinese supply. So it's a big issue there in terms of cost and markets. But energy assets have been more highly valued. With that increase in those prices, some of those prices have gone up. So some of the valuations are a little bit higher there. But Adnoc is counting on that as a way to diversify its income away from just crude oil sales, get more into that petrochemical area where it already has some presence in production from the Middle East, and they want to increase that to a more global presence.